Again, we have our eggs and
Oh, it just started.
happy Friday, everyone. We're live here again at Arctic Dental. We have our eggs. They've been sitting for about 3 days now, and we're going to kind of go through them one by one. If you remember, we put water in one, we had Mountain Dew, and then a sugar-free soda, and then we had vinegar. So we're going to head on down the line here and see what they did. So the water one here, you can see this egg hasn't changed any colors at all. It's still white, and it's still pretty hard, and I'm going to take a little toothbrush to see what happens. Doesn't look like it's softened at all, so that's pretty good. We have a normal egg, nothing hatched either. And then this one was a Mountain Dew. You can see this egg, it's probably hard to see a little bit on the camera, but it's got a little yellowy tinge to it. And then here we're able to brush a little bit of this off here. So it's demineralized part of the eggshell. I don't know if you guys can appreciate that. Let me get a little more aggressive here with brushing on this one. We're getting some of that off. So if you eat and then brush your teeth right away, this is what can happen. You can brush off some of the enamel on your tooth. So try to wait 30 minutes, and you can see we're getting some of that off. So did do a little damage to the egg, and now this one will be interesting here. This is the one that didn't have sugar, but look, we got a brown egg. Let's see what this, see, same thing here. You can see this one's probably a little better example. Let me get a little more aggressive with brushing here. We're not going to be able to get all this stain off with the toothbrush, but you can kind of see how that's lightened it up and how much softer that is when we brush with the toothbrush. Now, these were different acids than what was in the vinegar, so that would be part of the role of why. Ooh, look at this one. This one is really soft. I don't know if you can appreciate it. Bouncy. It's like a rubber ball now, and there's hardly any shell left of this. If we brush again, we're getting quite a bit off. So there's like no shell left to that one. That's a real soft egg. So all the shell was gone from the acid. So you may ask why the difference is the difference in the acid. I'm going to clean my hands here, and I'll draw a little picture for everyone. So one of the things that all these were missing was the bacteria in our mouth. And when we eat, no matter what food it is, the bacteria or plaque in our mouth produce acid. And that's what wears away the tooth is acid. So there's certain things that are more likely to create more acid, and that would be things that are sugary, like sweets, candy, soda, and juice, those kind of things. And then also starchy things, crackers, chips, goldfish, that thing breaks down to sugar eventually in our mouth. So what happens is, this is a graph, so we're going to say that everything here is based on acid. So the acid level is measured by pH. And there's a critical pH that we have a chance for our enamel to get worn away, and that's 5.5. The acid in this was 2.5. So each time we eat, our natural resting level pH is about 7 in the body. So we start out here, and as we eat, the bacteria use the food and the sugars we eat, and they produce acid, and that lowers this pH in our mouth. And once it drops below this certain level, it causes damage to the tooth structure. And what happens naturally, if we stop eating, our body's going to bring this back up. So if we're eating all the time, we're going to be down here more, versus if we're taking breaks between our meals, or if we're eating things that aren't going to produce as much acid. So those are some key points, and that's what really kind of causes the cavities, is having the bacteria in our mouth and then getting that acid production from what they eat and their waste being acid. And you can see it caused quite a bit of damage here. And I hope this has been a fun experiment. Feel free to try this at home with your kids and repeat this. It's kind of fun to see that egg. We probably could have pulled that one after a day, but I wanted to let the other ones go a little bit longer to see if we could show you a little bit more of the changes. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we'll probably see you again here soon.